So as we get you our special coverage here from outside the NIA headquarters, it's here that Tahabur Hussain Rana will be brought and kept here in a lockdown facility that we'll get you details of. But first, the big news spray coming in. When will Tahabur Rana be brought down to India? In about 20 minutes from now, at 6:22 p.m. is when that special aircraft with the terrorists and with our Indian security officials will be touching down on Indian soil, will be touching down in Delhi. That's the big news break coming in. Confirmation that you're hearing first here on India Today, that at 6:22 p.m. is when the flight will land at the Palam Technical Airport. We can also tell you that right now where I am at the NIA headquarters, the entire area has been barricaded off. There's a sea of security that's been deployed and it's been completely closed off. No vehicles are being allowed to fly in any of these areas. And I already see an additional layer of security being deployed here, suggesting that we're getting closer to the time of the convoy bringing Tahabur Rana. There's going to be minimal movement. You also don't, at this point, we're not going to expect that there will be images really of Tahabur Rana in transit, because it's going to be a smooth operation. There's very, very secretive, in fact, movement at this point. They're not giving us details of where Rana could be taken. Will he be taken to court tomorrow? None of that being divulged for obvious security reasons. But we will be getting you the details of when Rana touches down and much more. I have with me on this broadcast Shivani Sharma. We also have our reporters joining us from the Palam International Airport. Amit Bharadwaj is there. Nalini Sharma is joining us live from the special NIA court. Gaurav Sawant, who was covering the 26/11 attacks and subsequently the trial in Chicago, is also with us in the studio. Shivani, I'll just quickly come across to you first for that update. We're hearing Tahabur Rana is expected to land at exactly 6:22 p.m., 19 minutes from now.
Akshita, there's a big news break from India Today that Tahabur Rana's flight will be landing at 6:22 p.m. at the ARC in Palam Air Base. And this is a United States aircraft, a Gulfstream aircraft that will be landing here in some time from now, from where he will be brought to the NIA headquarters. This is the NIA headquarters where we are standing right now, Akshita. And all the preparations have been done. But the big news is that at 6:22, the aircraft is scheduled to arrive at the ARC at the Palam Air Base. This is a United States aircraft, a Gulfstream aircraft that has been deployed for this particular mission of extraditing Tahabur Rana along with the NIA officials, who will be shortly landing in Delhi. And then Tahabur Rana will be placed formally under arrest by the NIA. The medical will be done. He will be brought to the NIA headquarters and the proceedings will further come into action. Akshita.
Okay, so you can expect those formalities to be kicked in even once he reaches the Palam airport. There are going to be a slew of formalities that will kick off, including the formal arrest of Tahabur Rana before he's brought here to the NIA headquarters. Surprisingly, in Delhi, of course, we've seen a dust storm. Now it's starting to rain as well amid the summer heat. But we're going to be staying solid, getting you those updates. Let me bring in Amit Bharadwaj, who's joining us live from the Palam airport. Amit, you've been camping from early morning there. What kind of movement are you seeing around you? Can you also detail for us the formalities that will take place once Tahabur Rana lands there at the Palam airport just about 15 minutes from now?
Akshata, it's become a little stormy out here, possibly also indicating what's awaited in a few minutes from now. Tahabur Rana will be landing on the Indian soil in the Indian Delhi airport facility. And after that, what you will see is the process, the legal process will be followed up. So the moment he lands on the Indian soil, even though the NIA team has been accompanying him, extraditing him from US to India, what will happen is that National Investigative Agency's personnel will put him under arrest. So that formal arrest will happen the moment he lands in India, and then there will be series of paperwork that needs to be done, because remember, this is not a regular arrest that you have on Indian soil, rather a person which has been extradited with a lot of effort and diplomatic maneuvers between India and US, and eventually he's landing in India. He will be arrested today, so it has to be the SOP needs to be followed up. So once that paperwork is done, the phase 2 of the entire mission, and the most important one for the day, needs to be executed seamless, for which since morning we have seen, since yesterday we have seen all the agencies which have to work in tandem. They have been holding meetings and executing each part of it. The pre-planning has been already done. That is the transportation phase. Phase 2 will have transportation in armored vehicle with SWAT commandos around that armored vehicle. Tahavur Rana will be transported to an NIA facility, and thereon the legal process will begin. But before that, the medical also needs to be done. So India wants to, maintain every paperwork and develop
so those formalities will start moving forward. Let me just quickly bring in Gaurav Sawant also on this, who's very, very familiar with these protocols, with these processes that usually follow soon after an extradition. So while you'll see the arrest also taking place, Gaurav, formal arrest by the NIA once Tahavur Rana touches down on Indian soil, the NIA judge in Delhi has also received the 2611 case files. There's a big fat dossier prepared right now by officials against Tahavur Rana as well.
The fact that the extradition has happened is an indicator that India has a mountain of evidence. And G.K. Pillai, former Home Secretary, he said India has enough evidence to convict him, and he believes that there is enough evidence even to hang him for his alleged role in the 2611 Mumbai terror attacks. Now, this is very serious. I covered that case in Chicago. I covered the 2611 Mumbai terror attacks and the entire trial of Ajmal Amir Kassab, including his conviction and subsequently hanging in Maharashtra. So there are a couple of things that come out very clearly. When Kassab and 9 other Pakistani terrorists were carrying out this terror attack, Akshita, this man, Tahavur Hussain Rana, was watching it on television and celebrating it. There was a party. He celebrated and said all these 10 gentlemen deserve Pakistan's highest award for bleeding India. So that is his mindset. And it's not just his mindset. Whether it's an illiterate Ajmal Amir Kassab or a highly trained doctor like Tahavur Hussain Rana, it is this mindset of Ghazwa-e-Hind or bleeding India. Through 1,000 cuts that Pakistan's ISI uses these elements to bleed our country. And they've done it in the past. They tried it subsequently because there was no response. I would also like to draw your attention to India's counter-strike at Balakot in 2019 after Pulwama. Following that, if you notice, except Jammu and Kashmir, we haven't had a terror attack across the length and breadth of our country because they've realized their dream of Ghazwa-e-Hind stops at Hindustan when Hindustan strikes back.
Okay.